Hey, everybody. Good evening. We'll get started here in just a minute. So I wanted to start it up a little bit early in case there were any questions that popped up right away. Wait a few minutes. I know I told people about 10 minutes, so 7:30. But just so you can see, it's been a little while since I was here. Things have been moving right along, and it's just been very, very busy. Hi, Nancy. Thanks for stopping in and really appreciate that. All the support means everything, especially now. So, the last time I did a live show, hey, Lauren Marie. Hey, welcome. You've been awesome, giving me guidance, support through a whole lot of things in life. So I'm greatly appreciative of that. But yeah, I'm getting messages. I get, and Norma, there it goes. I was gonna say it wasn't letting me hide after I had shown your comment. Anyway, so I guess let me get started at the beginning. So the last time I was live, I was actually here talking about the surgery that I had back in July. And since that surgery in July, things have been moving just fast. It's crazy how fast things move. And so that is why I'm here. Well, one of the reasons I'm on here is to really talk about everything that's happened since my last live, and also to share how I'm doing, all that good stuff. So I'm excited to be back on live. I feel great, and I'm ready to go. Ah, Nancy, I did not know that. I appreciate you sharing that. It's definitely a lot. Let's start back at the beginning. Uh, Back in July, mid July or early July, we'll say about around the 7th or 8th, um, I had a seizure while driving. It was not a shaking type seizure. They called it a silent or an absent seizure, where I just kind of zoned off. And even though my body was there, my mind was, I don't remember a thing. All I remember is that I was taking my mom to an appointment, and I hear her yelling, "Patrick, you're about to run a red light. You're about to run a red light." And it's like, okay, all right. So got home. I fell, getting out of a chair. I leaned forward to lean out of the chair, and I kept falling. So I'm like, got to go to the ER. Went to the ER. They did a CT scan, and they sent me directly. They ambulanced me directly over to Advent Health Hospital here in Tampa. So um, that itself, when I got there, there was a neurosurgeon waiting for me, and told me that he was going to do an MRI. And after the MRI, told me I have a very big brain tumor that was pressing up against my brain. So he's going to have that removed, or he's going to remove that the following morning and go from there. So that next morning, had it removed. And God bless the surgeon. He was an absolute godsend. How he was there, he was in the right place. He had just moved to that hospital from a little further north in Florida, and he was meant to be there. God put him there for a reason. He is the best neurosurgeon in this area. So he was able to do a what they call a total gross resection, which was he was able to safely get as much as he can without harming the brain or any of the motor functions. But he was very confident that he got everything. And further MRI showed that he got everything. So yeah, Nancy, what a scary shock it was. So After the hey Cree, I saw your comment earlier on the community post, and I want to say thank you for that. Hey, Sweets and Beyond. It's been tough recently, but still not eating yuca. I don't care how good it is for you. um, so a little inside joke between Sweets and Beyond and me. I call it yucca because it's something I've never enjoyed. So she told me she was going to force me sometime to eat it, and that hasn't happened yet. so yeah, so they removed everything, and then about 3 weeks after the surgery, and I left the hospital. They did 30 rounds of radiation on me, targeted radiation only to the spot that the surgery was done. They also included chemo pills, a chemo drug called Temodar. The long name is temozolomide, and I've had no side effects from it. I've been very fortunate. Uh, God's been on my side. He's seen me through all this so far. So we got the pathology back, and we were told that it was a glio. Didn't know anymore at that time. Just that it was a glio, and that they like to return. So I finished my radiation. I finished my chemo, and um, I just I was like, okay, what's next? What do we do next? And so uh, I've been on. They call it adjuvant or adjuvant, however you want to say it. I've been on that chemo now, so no more radiation. Radiation's done. Radiation's done its job, and they'll keep me on the chemo through 6 cycles. And what each cycle is 5 days on and the rest of the month off. So I take a chemo pill. It's double the dose of what my initial doses were, and this one is a 350 milligram total. They actually give me 2 pills, and yeah, so it's I'm in cycle. I think I just finished cycle 3, if I'm not mistaken, and I start cycle 4 in February, and I can do that for up to 6 cycles. And then typically that's the standard of care for the type of tumor that I had, which was a glioblastoma. I hope nobody, unfortunately, I see Summer Breeze here mentioning this, and we'll talk about Optune in a second as well. But Summer Breeze, I'm so sorry that you are having to go through this with your sister. It's not fair for the person who's diagnosed, or the family or caregivers. It's a glioblastoma is very nasty, and I'm not going to leave it at that. I think we all need to understand this more. There is no cure for a glioblastoma. The reason there's no cure is even though the doctor says that he got all the tumor and everything he could see, he absolutely did. He's not lying. He's not lying at all. Glioblastomas have undetectable microscopic cells that are always left behind. That's why they have you go after surgery into radiation to try to kill off some that could have been left. But there's still no way to totally get everything out. So the standard of care is to prevent for as long as you can. Yep, that's a good one too, Lauren. There's no way to get everything. It's just impossible to get it all, and they always come back. That's the really bad part about. And I apologize. The tape on this thing is coming off a little bit, but but yeah, it's just a shame because there's no way to get it all, and it's always going to come back. There have been extraordinary cases where it hasn't come back, but it is what it is. So I went to because I have always believed in seeking a second opinion, and in Tampa we have some amazing cancer centers. And one of the cancer centers that is here is called Moffitt Cancer Center. They're an absolutely wonderful cancer center. So, excuse me, I went to that, and um, I met with their neuro oncologist, and he was absolutely wonderful. Should be his name is Patrick, but yeah, it's Dr. Patrick Grogan, as well as his nurse practitioner Amal. Both of them were so just wonderful, and even though he didn't give me the happiest news, I left there still feeling like, you know what? Okay, I've got this. So, he was an amazing doctor. So, uh, essentially, what this means is eventually this is going to grow back. It will grow back. It's not, as he said, Dr. Grogan said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. What we have to do is throw everything at it so that we keep it off or keep it from growing back as long as possible. There, again, no cure for it, but it can be treated to prolong life and prolong the tumor staying away. So I've been very happy with my Advent Health neurosurgeon, and my Advent Health. What is it? The Advent Health um, neuro. I'm sorry, radiation oncologist. I have been so happy with them, and now having a medical oncologist at Moffitt, I am so happy to be in their care. So essentially, what he said last week when I met at Moffitt was exactly what I shared with you, that there is no cure for this, but uh, he has seen the handiwork of my neurosurgeon in his office many times, and the neurosurgeon did an incredible job of getting everything he could see. So he stated that typically people in my situation, I have no other things going on. I'm in good health. I've had no side effects or weakening. All my blood counts are amazing from no side effects from radiation or chemo. And he said he typically sees people with glioblastomas. They can survive 9 months, or he goes, I've got people that I'm treating that have been 9, 10+ years. And he goes, based on what I'm seeing in your chart and how you look and all your motor skills are perfect, I tend to lean more towards the 9+ for you. So, obviously that's my hope. And, for my friends and family, I don't know if anybody's watching, but I would say it to them the same way I'm going to say here in High Scotland. I apologize. I just saw yours up here. I'm not sure how I missed it. But I told the doctor straight up, I said, Doc, you can tell me all the statistics you want. I'm not a statistic. I said, when my time was determined when I was born into this world, it was determined a long time ago. I don't really have a say on it. I'm going to do everything I can to stay here as long as I can. I love life. I love my friends. I love my family, and I love doing this. This makes me happy. So yeah, when God says it's my time, I'm out of here, and that's it. It's a win-win for me either way. And I apologize. I do have a side effect from the radiation and the chemo. It lost me a tooth. I hate that so much, especially it's a front tooth that it lost. Oh, it's so I hate it so much, but I'm not ashamed. I'm a proud fighter of cancer, and whatever it is, it is. So you might be wondering what this odd device is. Thank you, Nancy. Um, you might be wondering what this crazy looking device is on my head. So this is actually a cap, and inside of this cap are these little discs. They're very tiny, but I've got two patches on the side. I've got a patch in front, and I've got one in the back. And what these things are doing, this is called an Optune device. The Optune device has shown in every single study that they've done to be effective in fighting glioblastoma cancer cells, also um, delaying the regrowth of tumors. So it triples your chance of reaching the 5 year mark, and it does something very similar to reaching the 10-year mark. So it's a really cool device. So what it's doing, the reason I have two on the side, one in the front, one in the back, is because kind of like the old Pong machine, it's sending currents back and forth and up and down, front to back. And what those do is they disrupt the cells that are trying to replicate. It prevents them from replicating and even kills some of them. So it's a really neat device, really useful device. I am on the third generation of it. They actually brought it to me today. So today is my first day on it. Again, it's called Optune, Optune. And it's truly, yeah, it's truly been wonderful to have. And I hope that I am on this thing for a long time. In order for you to get it to work, you actually have to wear it a lot. And I know it's going to seem like, but uh, it's 18 hours a day is the average you have to get. You can sleep with it. You can go out. I mean, I'll be honest, right after I got this thing attached, I'm like, you know what? It's lunchtime. I haven't had Chick-fil-A in a while. So I went and got some grilled chicken nuggets and a diet lemonade from Chick-fil-A. Then I had to pick up a prescription from Publix. So I went to Publix, did some shopping in Publix, and it's been wonderful. Um, oh, yeah, Nancy, I love avocado, especially guacamole. So, yeah, it's awesome. I love seeing these things. I did, Lauren Marie. Actually, it's just over here, over that way. But yeah, I didn't dye my hair blonde or anything. These are actually holding on patches of stuff. so, um, so yeah, it's been a journey, and it's going to continue to be a journey. I'm not going to say every day is easy, um, but I'm sure most of you have heard me talk about my mom before, whether it was through this channel or another channel. She is probably the most important person in my life. And, her having to go through this with me is just not right or fair. But man, she is an absolute stalwart, and has made sure when I couldn't drive, I made every appointment. I made every radiation session. She was incredible. So and still is. So she is my caretaker, and she's just been amazing. So I'm grateful for her. All right, let's go through some of the comments here and catch up. So Moffat is great. I agree, Summer Breeze. Just such a great hospital, and caring, compassionate, all the above. I actually had a nurse. I forget what she was today, Oh, she was a oncology social worker. Called me today and helped me because I haven't worked since December. I've had no income. My chemo pills are three, but the copay is $383 a month. So funds have been draining. And this isn't a sob story. Don't feel sorry. That's not what this is for. But she called me to get me set up with some foundations, and it's gosh, it's awesome how they did that. So one of the foundations is called the Musella Foundation, and this guy has such a big interest in glioblastomas and research and clinical trials. So uh, that foundation gave me $5,000, not up front. I have to submit my prescription receipts, but that $383 a month that I was spending is no longer something that I'm worrying about, because yeah, that was just amazing. And so still working with some other ones for like groceries and things like that, but just so grateful. And I've had so many people in my life, whether it be online, offline, through text messages, calls, things like that, even on here, just amazing support. And you have no idea how much that means. Unfortunately, I know we have a few who have gone through or are going through this, based on what you stated in the chat. And so you know how tough this is. And so it's just got to stay tough with it. So Stacey A, I appreciate that. I need all the love and prayers I can get. There are never too many. The church that I go to, two of the pastors actually sent me a message today, a text message saying, "Hey, just want you to know, the entire pastoral staff prayed for you today in our staff meeting." I teared up. I'm not going to lie. I have no shame. I teared up. That's how much this means to me, because I know, unfortunately, people who wouldn't have people in their corner. And that's why I've always been the type of person I am. I'm always going to fight for someone. I'm always going to be there to support them. Yeah, Nancy, Publix is amazing. If I'm sorry if you don't live in Florida or one of the other couple states that they're in, Publix is one of the best grocery stores ever. Little pricey, but I'd much rather pay that than go to Wally World. Or especially my Walmart. My Walmart is always packed. Oh yes, Lauren Marie. I would love a beanie. It's just got to be a little loose fitting, so it would have to be a little bigger than normal. But that'd be so cool to have a beanie, especially for the summer months. Even now, it's cool here in Florida. Gosh, I think it was in the 20s where I'm at today, 30s maybe. I don't know if we hit 30. Yep, we did. It's 49 right now. But still, for Floridians, that's stupid cold. And hey, Tina. Uh, and I appreciate that. Both of those things. Um, it just touches my heart. Means the world to me. No, I don't know. Gosh, Maria crocheting me something. Please help. Just kidding. Maria knows I love her. Um, so yeah, and she loves to crochet. Maybe that'll, yeah, give her something to do. I like it. Just don't crochet any wording on it, Maria. I can only imagine what you'd call me. Oh, all right. Let's see. Summer breeze. Pay no attention to those stats. Staying positive and praying goes a long way. I couldn't agree more. I had a day or two where I was down. I wasn't in a good headspace, but I snapped out of it. Um, Talked it out with some people, prayed a lot, and I've been great ever since. So, I'm feeling wonderful. All right, Nancy, you should have already qualified for emergency Social Security approval. Hospital does the work in Medicaid. So I did apply for Social Security disability. I had a lawyer call me today, said he's ready to file the case. So he's going to go ahead and file that. Medicaid is being a pain in the butt with me. So I actually have them on my list to call again tomorrow and bother because, yes, I should have qualified for Medicaid. I currently have health insurance. I was laid off December the 9th, but the company made my last day January 3rd. And the type of insurance I had goes through the entire month. So I actually have healthcare coverage until January 31st. And then I have a marketplace Obamacare plan that it doesn't look the nicest. So I'm going to look for something else in the meantime. So yeah, it's pretty great. And Nancy, I see your next question here. Pastoral care, Episcopal. I'm not Protestant. Grew up in a Southern Baptist, and they just have an amazing staff of people that cover everything you can think of. And we have had the church has actually helped us during the hurricane last year. They put a team out to help all the members who needed it with what they needed. It was pretty awesome. And Nancy, I'm assuming you're talking about Publix because yes, their BOGOs are amazing. I love Publix BOGOs. I wait for Wednesday every week so I can go on and look to see on Thursday what the BOGO is going to be. Messaging Maria, 7 in Georgia. I don't know where you are in Georgia, Nancy. You don't have to put that in here. But I have some friends who are in the Noonan area of Georgia. And they are true Georgia peaches. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Never forget the first time I heard "beg your pardon" from them, and I was like, "What's beg your pardon?" Oh, and I love that. And the lady told me, she goes, "That's one way to be mean to somebody without them knowing." So, okay. Or bless your heart. That's the one that was being mean to them without them knowing. So you just tell them, "Oh, bless your heart." So that I love my friends in Georgia. Oh yeah, Georgia. I can't even imagine snow. I mean, we had snow in Florida today. Granted, it was up in the Panhandle, or I mean, that's pretty much lower Alabama, but still, snow in Florida. That's crazy. Nobody comes here expecting that. Oh, Dreamsicle, thank you so much. That means the world. And luckily, Medicaid retro's back a few months. Good. Yeah, I'm going to give them a call today and find out. Oh, I think I just figured out why they haven't, or it hasn't been approved. I applied on the 9th, and I think it takes 20 to 30 days. So that's probably why, but I'll still give them a call. Maybe they'll bump it up. Lauren Murray, even though paperwork still takes a long time. The lawyer set that expectation with me that it would take a long time. 20 minutes south of Chattanooga, Tennessee. All right. Hi, Maria. We were talking about you. I know, shocking. See, look at the cute crocheted snowman. You could crochet me a bowler hat like that. I would absolutely put it on top of this. So yeah, that's my story so far. To be continued. I will, my goal, if you're wondering about the channel, my goal is to come on. I would love to come on once a day, just share with you how my day went, what I did, even if it was just getting out there to walk or jog or ride a stationary bike, whatever it is, just to share with you what I did that current day. And that way you can follow me on this journey. And I know I've got an army of warriors behind me, and it's the greatest feeling in the world. So before I end this, are there any other questions for the chat or any other comments in the chat? Awesome, Nancy. Yep. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can like by the thumbs up button. There's also the bell, which is the subscribe button. That way, you never have to set an alarm or anything. When I go live, it'll notify you. If you want to come in and interact and chat, then you can. If not, that's okay. But it's been nice having people here to interact with. And thank you, Nancy. And it'll be nice to have even more and more, and we'll grow together as a community. I don't have GoFundMe. I did initially, but uh, that was back in July of last year when this first started, and it wasn't fair that and I didn't know this, but it took a percentage of what um, people give. I should have known that. I'm not stupid, but I didn't even think about it. But I do have a Venmo, I think. Hold on, let me look. I've got the app on my phone, so I'm sure I do. Uh, Actually, if you go to my community tab, I have everything listed there that I have. So I think I have Cash App as well as Venmo. And then you can Zelle, but I don't prefer Zelle because my bank is a pain in the butt with that. Oh, great question, Summer Breeze. This was going to be a topic of my next live tomorrow. I am in three. Thank you, Nancy. I'm in three Facebook support groups. One of them is specifically for this Optune device. One of them is glioblastomas or glioblastomas. It's thrivers and survivors. And there's one other one I'm in. I don't remember, but it's specifically glioblastoma related. But it's simply been so helpful to be in there, feel all the support from people, even be able to support them. Oh, thanks, Lauren Marie. I was lazy. They're pretty close to the same, actually. There's just a dollar sign in front of the Cash App one. Didn't even know it. Shows you how little I use it. But yeah, I am in a few groups, and they've been absolutely wonderful. So Summer Breeze, thank you for that. Great suggestion. And there's so much out there. 10 years ago, well, we'll say 20 years ago, getting diagnosed with a glioblastoma was like an immediate death sentence. The tide's changing on that. 20 years later now, this thing is helping out enormously. They're finding through trials types of immunotherapy that's working really well. Again, still no cure, but it's getting closer. Whether it's my lifetime or somebody else's lifetime, it's going to get found, and they're going to be able to cure this thing. So I believe in that strongly. So I will leave you all with that. Again, awesome night. Thank you all again for coming in, participating, and I look forward to seeing you all again. I'm going to hop out of the video. But if you all want to chat a few minutes, you're more than welcome to. So I'll hop out when I see it slow down. I will then end the stream. Uh, Tina, again, thank you so much. You have been absolutely amazing. I see your comments on the community tab, everything you do. So thank you very much. Love you all. Have a great night.